Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we're talking about my favorite fantasy character nicknames. What do I mean by that? I am talking about nicknames that sound really badass or unique. For instance, The Boy Who Lived, or Margit the Fell Omen, that kind of thing. And I was actually inspired after seeing this post on the r/fantasy subreddit. So today we're just gonna jump in and talk about the best fantasy nicknames. And of course, you guys can let me know in the comments which nicknames you think are awesome. And I'm actually gonna group them together by series because oftentimes there's a lot of cool nicknames within a single series. But wait, real quick, this video is sponsored by GlassesUSA.com. Now, I have received my favorite pairs of glasses from GlassesUSA.com. You guys probably already know I've worked with them in a few other videos on the channel, and I'm always excited to work with them because I know that their glasses are quality. GlassesUSA.com is one of the biggest eyewear retailers in the US, offering thousands of eyeglasses such as Ray-Ban, Gucci, Oakley, and so much more. Now get this, their glasses start at only $39, which is up to 70% off retail prices, and there's an exclusive offer waiting for all of my followers by using the links in the description. Now, I'm pretty much looking at screens all day as I'm video editing, and I really appreciate that they have a big collection of advanced blue light blocking lenses. If you don't know, that helps reduce eye strain, it can decrease headaches, and it can improve your sleep. GlassesUSA.com offers some amazing tools to help you find your perfect pair, such as the AR Virtual Try-On. I found this to be really useful when choosing mine. And you know what? I decided to switch things up this time, and I picked a pair that have thinner frames, which I really like. Now, this is a risk-free shopping experience. They have free shipping, free returns, 100% money-back guarantee within 14 days. And again, for all of my subscribers, they have a crazy exclusive discount that can be used on top of any other sale on their website currently, and all you gotta do is use the link. Use the links in the description. And a big thank you to GlassesUSA.com for sponsoring this video. Starting off with the White Wolf, aka Geralt of Rivia, the legendary witcher from the School of the Wolf. He's also known as the Butcher of Blaviken. I think that one's really good as well. But then I can't mention Geralt without mentioning the original White Wolf, Elric of Melniboné, the iconic character created by Michael Moorcock. He's known for his tragic and complex nature, as well as his distinct appearance and abilities. And throughout his saga, Elric acquires several nicknames and titles that further enhances him being an iconic character in fantasy, one of which is the White Wolf. Obviously, this captures Elric's appearance as an albino with pale skin and white hair, and a striking otherworldly presence. He's also called Elric Kinslayer and the Eternal Champion. Now, this one is really interesting. Elric is actually a reincarnation of the Eternal Champion, a figure destined to battle across different dimensions and incarnations in a cosmic struggle. Sort of like the Dragon Reborn from the Wheel of Time. And this title embodies his eternal presence throughout the multiverse. The characters in the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson have some really great titles. For instance, the first one that comes to mind is the Blackthorn. This nickname refers to Dalinar Kholin, one of the central characters in the series, and the Blackthorn title signifies his prowess and ferocity in battle, as well as his intimidating presence on the battlefield. And it's an Oathbringer where we really get to see the Blackthorn. And then we have Kaladin, stressed, depressed, and Stormblessed. Kaladin earns the title Stormblessed as a result of his uncanny luck and tendency to have the fewest casualties when he was in Amaram's squad in the army. He also seems to survive dangerous and seemingly impossible situations during the high storms, something that was well noted by the members of Bridge 4. And then of course there is Rock. Now the reason I love the nickname Rock is because it's so simple compared to his actual name, which I'm not even gonna try to pronounce. But I love the humor in the contrast of that. Then next we have the Assassin in White. The iconic, memorable first line, Szeth Sansan Vallano, truthless of Shinovar, wore white on the day he was to kill a king. Szeth is known as Truthless of Shinovar. The title carries a heavy burden, as it implies that Szeth has been condemned to obey any orders given to him, regardless of their morality or consequence. It reflects his complex and tragic role in the series. And then there's also just the Radiance, which is a really cool title, but there's more titles within the group. The Radiance is a group of individuals who can bond with magical beings, and they're bestowed with titles based on their specific orders. There's titles such as Windrunners, Lightweavers, and Skybreakers, all indicating their unique abilities, powers, and responsibilities. And each order has a title that carries its own significance and respects the ideals and attributes of the respective order. And the next nickname on this list might not be the most coolest sounding, but I like it, and it was given for a very impressive feat. I'm talking about Barrel Rider from The Hobbit. When the dwarves of the company of Thorin Oakenshield are captured and imprisoned by King Thranduil, Bilbo Baggins must conceive a bold plan to secure his friend's freedom. Wearing his magic ring, Bilbo himself clung to one of the barrels and so made his way with the dwarves to Lake Town, earning him the legendary title of Barrel Rider. Of course, there's also Master Burglar, but I like Barrel Rider. In A Song of Ice and Fire, there is a lot of titles given to characters. Jaime Lannister, a member of the prestigious Kingsguard, earns the nickname the Kingslayer after slaying the Mad King during Robert's Rebellion. Now, this title embodies the conflicting perceptions of Jaime, seen by some as a dishonorable oathbreaker and by others as a hero who prevented further bloodshed. This nickname carries both infamy and admiration, which really emphasizes Jaime's complex character and the conflicting judgments placed upon him. And then of course Tyrion Lannister, the clever and witty member of House Lannister, is often referred to as the Imp, due of course to his small stature, but despite its derogatory nature, this nickname actually highlights Tyrion's ability to outsmart his opponents and use his intellect as a weapon. It sort of becomes a symbol of Tyrion's resilience, wit, and cunning as he overcomes societal prejudice and proves himself to be a formidable player in the political Game of Thrones. Daenerys Targaryen becomes known as the Mother of Dragons as she hatches and raises 3 dragons. And I mean, being called the Mother of Dragons is such a cool title. Now, George R.R. Martin has so many amazing titles in A Song of Ice and Fire. Even King in the North is so evocative, and he has a title or name for almost everybody, especially the knights. Even the Mountain That Rides is great, or the Sword of the Morning, who refers to probably the best fighter in all of Westeros. I'll admit I'm not super familiar with A Song of Ice and Fire, so if there's any other great nicknames from that series that I missed, then let me know. Next, we need to talk about First Law by Joe Abercrombie, because this is a series that honestly has some of the best nicknames. For instance, Stranger Come Knocking. I love that nickname so much, but nothing is going to beat the Bloody Nine. Say one thing for Logan Ninefingers, say that his murderous alter ego has a great nickname. Hearing the name the Bloody Nine and being on the opposing side would surely strike fear into anybody, because this is one ruthless barbarian that's made a name for himself. And he's someone you don't want to get on the wrong side of. And he's pretty much the only named man in the North that has 2 names. Also worth a mention is Harding Grim and the Dogman. Now, I have only just been getting into Malazan, Book of the Fallen. I'm sure there's a bunch of incredible nicknames within the series, but the one that sticks out the most to me so far is Son of Darkness, given to Animander Rake. And I gotta say, just the name Animander Rake is incredibly memorable, and I actually kind of prefer his name over his nickname, but Son of Darkness is still very badass nickname. The Wheel of Time has some of the best character nicknames. Just look at Rand al'Thor. He has some fantastic nicknames, like He Who Comes with the Dawn, Lord of the Morning, and of course, Wool-Headed Sheepherder. But clearly the most significant and well-known title given to Rand is the Dragon Reborn. This title emphasizes his central role in the prophecies of the last battle and his connection to the dragon, the legendary figure who fought against the Dark One in ages past. Now, as the Dragon Reborn, Rand embodies the hope of salvation and the one destined to confront the forces of evil and possibly destroy the world. The Aiel refer to Rand as the Kara Karn, which translates to Chief of Chiefs. This title bestowed upon him by the Aiel Wise Ones signifies his leadership role within their society. As the Kara Karn, Rand gains respect and loyalty from the Aiel, becoming a figurehead of their collective strength and determination. Honestly, Rand is one of my favorite characters, and he deserves to have so many cool titles. Also, I gotta give a shout out to Matt. The Prince of Ravens is also such a cool nickname. In the Gentleman Bastards, Sabitha goes with the nickname the Rose of the Marrows, while Locke goes goes with the Thorn of Camor, both of which I think are really great. Now, I've been reading a bit of the Dresden Files recently by Jim Butcher, and The One Who Walks Behind stands out as such a great title. This is a hunter spirit, a sort of supernatural hitman from the outside, or the Netherworld, a different realm in the Dresden universe. It is one of the Walkers, a group of immensely dangerous entities with unknown origins and sinister intentions. However, The One Who Walks Behind stands out as the most feared of all the Walkers. In the Kingkiller Chronicle, Kvothe is given many nicknames, one of the most notable being Kvothe the Bloodless. Now, Kvothe the Bloodless is a lot less cool when he reveals how he actually got the name, but that's sort of the point. It's showing the truth behind the legends, and sometimes the truth is much more mundane. Now, as Kvothe's reputation as a powerful arcanist and student of magic grows, he becomes known as Kvothe the Arcane. This title acknowledges his exceptional talent and his eventual mastery of the arcane arts. He's also called Six String because of his talents playing the lute, and Reshi is a term of endearment and respect that's bestowed upon him by Bast. And then of course he's also called Kvothe the Kingkiller, so obviously he's responsible to the downfall and slaying of a king, and the name carries kind of an air of mystery and danger, as it's clear that he was involved in something that forever changed the course of history. The Boy Who Lived is a classic, also He Who Must Not Be Named. Both are very simple, but they get the point across, and they deserve a spot on this list. Okay, those are all the nicknames I could think of for now. I'm sure there's plenty of awesome ones out there that I didn't mention, so let me know in the comments all the other nicknames that you think deserve a spot on this list. As always, a huge thank you to all of my channel members and my patrons. You guys make these videos possible. I appreciate you so much, and I'll see you next time.